All right, one part to go. We spent $738 on a giant minifigure haul. Part one was pretty good. We found some good stuff. Part two and part three, not so good. This is part four. So it was, if we divide it up sort of evenly, we spent $180, roughly on this portion of the haul. So we're hoping to turn this into 360. Although honestly, based on how parts 2 and 3 went, we may need to turn it into more than 360 to kind of make our double your money on the haul goal. If we don't make our goal, it's okay. It's not a crisis. But yikes, parts 2 and 3. I think you should go back and watch them just to kind of see the, the drama of opening up these hauls. But not a ton of really good stuff in there. Let's see if we can turn things around on part 4. Hopefully we can. Let's see. We've got hey, there's another Red Dragon Knight right there. That's awesome. Not selling those, but I'm always happy to find those to build up the army. This fig right here, I don't necessarily care about, but that sword is really, really awesome. Let's see. Hey, look at that. That's a Barbossa right there. That's not a cheap fig, especially with that black shoulder strap thing that holds the sword, whatever you call that thing, because that's an expensive piece by itself. So that actually, we should probably put that one over here. Let's put that one over here so we can remember that one. Let's see. What else do we got? We've got some random parts and pieces here. Not much to speak of there. Oh, wait. I take that back. I didn't even see this cavalry guy. That's like $10 right there. That's a Lone Ranger cavalry guy. That's actually a decent fig right there. The Lone Ranger cavalry thing. I guess people probably army build them, and that's why they have some decent value. We've got a penguin in here. We've got a shock trooper. Look at that. We could use his helmet, though. We've got a Golden Lloyd, maybe. I'm not sure about that one, but not much to speak of on that one. Let's see what we've got here. A knight, a parrot. Here's a Lord of the Rings torso. That's decent. It's like a giant pencil. Oh, you know what? I think that goes to the Dreams fig. I forgot about that guy. Let's see. We've got a Batman. We've got not much to speak of here, including a fake motorcycle or scooter or something. Just throw that away. Okay, let's see. Some Harry Potter. Hey, look at that. Where's your hat? Oh, she doesn't have her hat. That's the girl from Lone Ranger. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Maybe I'll remember it by the end of the stream. But she's a good fig, actually, I think. But we're going to need her hat. Her parts could easily go onto Bricklink. No big deal. There's a knight. That's super fun. Hey, look at that. Is that Corvus Glaive? I think that's Corvus Glaive. I think that's actually a decently expensive fig, too. All right, we're doing better on this one. After parts 2 and 3, I was a little worried. But we're doing better so far here on part number 4. Hopefully that will continue. Let's see. Look at this. There's the villain from Scooby-Doo. Yeah. All right. This is more about how it's supposed to go than what we've seen in the past here. Look at that trans red hook. That's a super fun piece. Ooh, that's a disaster. All right, let's see. We've got more knights. Those are fun. Some, I don't know, Minecraft zombie type guys, whatever that is. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's get rid of that thing. We got a long way to go to get to 180. Ooh, that helps though. Look at that. Is that Galadrill or something? Oh, she's got a little nick on her face. That's too bad. But still some really good pieces. That cape and that hairpiece are very nice. So that's a good piece as well. We're getting somewhere now. Let's go. There's a Thor, and then not much to speak of there. Things like this actually add up a lot faster than you might think. This is like $4 or $5 right here for the Clone Gunner torso if it's in good shape. That is not in good shape, so we'll get rid of that. That thing is not even real, so we'll get rid of that. Let's see. We've got not much to speak of there. Hey, there's an Ariel torso. I think that is the Series 1 Disney Ariel torso. I don't think that's the most expensive piece, but she's like a $20 to $25 fig at this point, so that's pretty good, actually. Let's see. Ooh, Spider-Man. That's not why I'm excited. Look at this. Let's see. Is this real? Is this real? It feels real. Oh, my gosh, and it's beautiful. Is it cracked? Whoa. Oh, of course, I got a little carried away. It's cracked. Too bad Deadpool is like a $100 fig if he's in beautiful condition. This will still fetch some good money. I don't know if the legs are cracked or the heels are cracked. We'll check that later. But still, some really good parts there. We can easily get $50 for that thing. Maybe more. I'm not sure. Can't complain too much about that. There's a dark blue plume. I just spotted that. I don't want to lose it. I think that goes to Barbosa. I think it's like that. So those plumes seem to disappear, especially the harder to find colors. All right. That helps Deadpool. Oh, look at this. Look at this. There's another good one right there. I can't keep track of the value of all the Lord of the Rings figs. Some of them can be $40, $50. Some of them are 20 to 25. But either way, that's a nice one right there. So we're doing pretty well on this haul, I think. We've got some nice Lord of the Rings pieces in here for sure. Let's see. There's a banana. There's a banana. That's kind of fun. I think that's Ebony Maw. Missing some arms, of course. It doesn't look quite right. Is that fake? It is fake. It's funny the way I can just look at it and be like, that doesn't feel quite right. It's a good fake though. But yeah, it's fake. Too bad. Okay, let's see. There's a dog. There's another fake thing. There's another knight. That'll fetch some money for sure. Let's see. What else in here? Anything else worth noting in here? Hold on. Let me throw that away. Let's just do another handful. Let's see if we can get lucky with another handful. That is not lucky. There's a Cloud Car Pilot helmet. That's a mouthful. I don't think it's necessarily super valuable, but Cloud Cars are... Something wrong with those legs. Cloud Car Pilots are fun for sure. These Joker hair pieces, I think, are super fun to use as plants of some variety. So even if you're not going to put them on a fig necessarily, you can put them in a garden or as some kind of decoration in your city. Oh, geez, I totally skipped over that. Look at that. There is a rock monster. Could use his head, of course, but I'll take any rock monster parts I can for the army. I have quite an army, actually, of rock monsters. We'll show it to you at some point. There's some really disgusting thing. Not much to speak of there. Uh-oh. Now we're running out of chances here. There's a Zori Bliss. What the heck is that? I don't know what that is. I don't recognize that head. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a Superman. What the heck? It's a tiny camel. A very tiny and fake camel. We'll just throw that away. There's the Zori Bliss helmet, so let's not lose that. All right, Zori Bliss. Not super expensive, but, $5, something like that. Hey, look at that. That is our friend Doc Brown. I'm not sure if that's Dimensions or if that's from one of the sets from Back to the Future, but nevertheless, probably $15, maybe $20, something like that. So, that's worth noting as well. Let's see. Anything else in here? What's this? I think that may be a Pepper Potts. The head might actually be pretty good on Pepper Potts. Whoa, look at that. That's Palpatine with that tan hairpiece that's actually a decent hairpiece, so that's pretty good. And then we've got this Atlantis gold soldier guy. I think that helmet's pretty fun. I don't know how valuable it is, but it's, obviously a really fun helmet. Okay, if that Deadpool had been in great condition, I think this would have been okay. But nevertheless, a couple of sweet Lord of the Rings figs, Deadpool, and then, Corvus Glaive, some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff that'll do pretty well. We'll be okay. I don't overall, $738 was kind of a lot of money, so I'm not convinced I'm going to double my money on that. It takes a lot of stuff to get to $1,500, But that doesn't mean that overall we can't do okay on this lot. But I don't know if we're going to double our money. That seems like a stretch. You don't win them all, but you certainly don't lose them all, and this one's going to fall somewhere in the middle. But I did get a lot of entertainment out of it, so that's really good. I hope you guys got some fun out of it too. And we'll see you next time on the Brick Scavenger channel. Thanks for being here.